Hi, I'm Karen. We're here at Montevilla Sewing Center, and today we're talking about the Janome AirThread 2000D. In this video, I'm going to show you how to thread the machine. So to start with, you've got your thread tree right here. When you're threading, make sure this is all the way up and that you lift up your presser foot. When you lift up your presser foot, that opens these discs. So if you look carefully, they're closed here, now they're open. So we want them open so that the thread can seat down into the tension disc where they need to be. So to start with, I'm going to use 4 different colors of thread and put them on the spool pins so that we can see which thread is doing what. Now we want to open the door here, and the threading ports are right here for the loopers. It doesn't matter particularly which one you do first, but you do want to put it into threading. So that's what this lever is for. We're going to put that right over here, and it happens to have snapped into place. I'm going to show you if it's in a different place. Put it there. You need to turn your hand wheel and make sure you're turning it in the direction of the arrow that's right here on the cabinet. So we turn this until those snap together like that. Okay, so I'm going to start out with putting all 4 threads into the thread tree. You can turn the thread tree if you need to, but we're going from back to front through this hole here. Now this hole here is just for quick threading, but I like to use this one because when I put this down, put it back up, the thread's not going to jump out of that hole. Okay, so let's start out threading the thread tree first. And of course, if it's easier for you, you can stand up and just get this part all the way done all at once. By the way, the thread tree will click back into place once you turn it back there. Let's go right through here. Okay, here we go. And it has a little click where it clicks right back into place. Okay, so take your thread and pull it into these top 4 guides from right to left, just like that. Make sure you're getting the thread through the front. And then I'm going to leave my needle threads to do after I've done the loopers. So this lever here is for if whichever looper you want to start with, let's start with that one there. That's the one on the right, which is the lower looper. Now, I've already matched up these tubes here. Can't turn this. Obviously, you couldn't sew with it this way. Now, what we're going to do is lift this up. This is the lever that does all the magic. And we want to make sure our, here we go, scissors. We want to make sure that this is nice and sharp on the end. So cut off any fuzziness that you see. Then we want to put this down into the threading port. Put it down a good 3/4 of an inch or a whole inch. You want to take right down in there. And then leave a little slack there. Push this down, and you see how that came straight? Oh, I forgot a thread guide right there. Okay, it's just barely coming out here. So what I'm going to do is pull down a little more thread. We're going to do that again. There it went, right out, nice like that. For now, I'm going to just leave that there, and then I'll show you where to put that thread tail. So we're going to do this one next. So we need to move this to the left for the upper looper. And again, trim off the end of your thread so it's nice and sharp. Do not lick this because you want the thread to go through with air. So just simply cut it. That's all you need to do. And then put that down in there. And also you want to have a little bit of slack in your thread, not too much. You don't want to have so much slack that it's getting caught on the door and stuff when it goes back in there. Just let it be. Don't hold on to it, just let it just hang there. And see how that pulled that right through? This time, it was long enough, it just shot right through. So that part's done. We're done threading the loopers. They can put this back. By the way, if you have this like this and you try and close your door, it doesn't want to close. So that's kind of a reminder to take it out of threading. That opens these, and now we can move that. And now the door can shut. I'm going to leave it open now for visual purposes. So one of the first things you want to do is take this thread here and pull it this way so it's towards the front and not behind that loop there, or the port tube. Okay, so these two threads need to go under the needle. I'm going to wait on this one here. Now this one is going to need to go up over the top of your upper looper. When you're forming stitches, when your machine is forming stitches, that's where this thread is going to be. So the best way to do that is reach behind here with your tweezers and grab a hold of that thread and just pull it straight back there. Okay, so I have it looped around the threader. I don't want that. I want it to be a straight shot, just like that. Okay, that part's done. Now we're going to thread the needles. Okay, so follow the arrows, go up over like this. This is the right needle, so we're going to go into here like this. Now, if you have two needle threads, which you're mostly going to have that when you're doing regular serging, but it's all the same color of thread, and you forgot which is which here, you say you have them both on here, just pull one of them and you'll say, oh, that's the right, that's the left. Okay, so you know which needle to thread. I'm going to thread the right needle first because that's the one that's furthest in on this last needle bar guide. Now for this, I'm going to lower my presser foot because it gives a little more room for the needle threader to work. The needle threader, push down the lever that's on the side like this. Oh, right here, you need to make sure that's on the R. You can change it from left needle to right needle, but we're doing the right needle, so push that down like that. Get that other thread out of the way. And we put this over here. Might help to use the tweezers. Now what I did, there is a little slit right there. You want to make sure it's in that slit, not below it. And it talks about that in the book. And now we're going to lift this up, and it gives a loop of thread behind the needle. Pull that out using the hook part of the tweezers. It's a very helpful feature of the tweezers. It has a hook part. Okay, to thread the left needle, pull this so it's now on left needle. Push this down. Going to go under the hook. Oh, we got to get this threaded correctly. Like, there we go. All right. Under that hook on this side, under this hook on the right side. Make sure that it's in there, because if you have it below that, it's not going to get into the hook that's going through the eye of the needle. That's how the threader works. So hold it kind of gently in your fingers. That way when you lift it up, it gives you a little loop on the back. And we're going to pull that through using the hook part of the tweezers. That part is done. Now I want to give you a little caveat here. The upper looper, the point of that is pretty sharp, so you want to be careful when you're working around the needle. Now, as a safety feature, when you have this door open, your foot control is not going to work. So that's a safety feature. If you have everything closed up, make sure you turn off your machine, because you don't want to accidentally press on the foot control and make the machine go. That could be dangerous. So here we have the upper looper and the two needle threads. I'm going to show you an easy way to put these under the foot. Remember, at the top one we had to put through back here, but there's an easy way. So between the foot and the upper knife, I'm going to lift up the presser foot. So we're going in front of the knife and pull it back there so it goes cleanly under the foot. You can see all four threads are going cleanly under the foot. Make sure you're not going behind the knife, because then the knife is just going to cut off that thread and it'll be really short, hard to start stitches. So between the knife and the foot, right around the back, wiggle it and pull it until it's past any structures on the foot. Now your machine is threaded and it's ready to go. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, give us a thumbs up. And if you have comments or questions, you can put those in the area down below. We have lots of other videos on our Montevilla YouTube channel, so keep watching. Happy sewing. Bye.